episode number 90. I am your co-host, Pisky.
10 more.
And I'm joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather. How's it going, senor?
It's going. You know,
I
don't do technology. Look how fucking
Look how crispy he looks. Finally, we're becoming more and more of a real podcast by the episode, folks. I hope you enjoy it. I Best Buyed a camera, the same camera that I'm using, over to the Godfather this past week because he was complaining that he wasn't crisp enough.
People said, "Why does Pisky look crisper than you?" That's all I said. I didn't say nothing. So you took it upon yourself to hook me up. Okay, no problem.
Good.
And then I had to deal with, I don't know, you're doing mass deliveries to my house for input.
Folks,
like, I don't do this shit.
Today's Friday, folks. We always record the podcast on Friday, and then it takes me a day, sometimes 2 days to get it out. But the Godfather was having a meltdown today. We were very busy with betting. We got hammered this morning. What the hell was going on? And very difficult things to get down on. So that was kind of annoying.
There's no pleasing you. We don't get pleased, you complain. We get pleased, you complain. I don't know how I can deal with you.
You're like that. My plate is full. I'm trying to become the content.
You're saying my plate's not full. You're saying my plate's not full. That's what you're fucking saying?
I'm saying...
Okay.
You complain when there's no action. Oh, everybody's sleeping today?
This is the story of my life because I can't talk. Everything that comes out of my mouth is considered a complaint by the positivo kindness, left-wing revolutionary people that are out there. I'm just saying it the way it is. I'm a realist. Something sucks, I say it sucks.
Why are you yelling? Why are you screaming?
I get upset, man. I get upset because I got to listen to somebody else. I got to listen to somebody else that's important in my life. She says the same fucking shit you do, and I'm getting it gets annoying.
You've already sworn 3 times. Apologize to my mother.
Sorry, I apologize.
Thank you.
And Mo, I apologize, but your grandson and your son... He pushes these buttons intentionally for his own amusement, and it happens every day. 365. Where's my calculator? 365 times 14. Aspetta no fucking secondo. Aspetta. 1 second.
What are you doing here?
5,110 days. That's how long you've been doing this for. 5,000 days.
So let me ask you this. When you are doing the betting and everything, and I know sometimes we got to calculate different money lines because you're getting different prices in different sports books. Do you have like a giant calculator? I'm sure that you do.
You know I have it. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't make fun of what I need for me to do my job, okay? I do my job? Yes or no? On air, you tell the people right now. I do my job.
Very dedicated.
No, it comes with some griping or some complaining I'm just saying,
It's the emojis that annoy me. You always send me like sad emojis. They're annoying. And then when I complain about them, you're like, Pisk. They're just emojis.
They're just
emojis.
Okay, well now that you've told me that you're emoji sensitive, I won't send no more emojis. No problem. I know this is the new generation. There's always something that hurts their feelings, and we gotta act on this. No problem. No more emojis. Let's go.
I don't even know. Again, look at this. We have a roadmap. I even shortened it for this episode because I'm like, okay,
doesn't work with me.
We're all over the place.
You pissed me off in 10 seconds, and this is what you get. You get what you get. This is what I tell my children. It's not what you want. You get what you get.
Okay.
With me.
We get
with me.
I get what I get.
But if you tell me no emojis, now you're going to be able to count on one fucking hand how many emojis you
No way. I know you too well. There's no way you can go without sending emojis. Did you know, like, the newer generation, Gen Z, don't do emojis?
Okay, don't talk to me about this new generation because, okay, don't even, if you want to get through this podcast, let's move on to subject matter. But hey,
So,
I appreciate this USB hub that you had some guy from Walmart bring to my house.
well, I've saved you 2 meltdowns because I know for a fact you wanted a camera. I sent the camera from Best Buy. And shout out to one of our loyal listeners, Ole de Tacos. He said he's coming to Toronto. I'm not sure where he lives. He was helping me out with that. What's that shit place that I haven't paid out yet? What's the shit one that I used to complain about that they wouldn't take my SBO?
So many.
Yeah.
So many shit
Anyways,
places.
there's one that's still trapped, and apparently
what?
their head office is. Yeah, I still have 2 dimes trapped in there because they wouldn't accept.
Now
email.
you tell me this?
I still haven't done it. It's such a pain. It's such a pain. And I could have got paid out in Bitcoin a couple months ago, right? When they limited me to $100 and taken out that, it would have probably doubled, tripled now at this point. Anyways,
yeah, well,
that is not
go.
the moral of the
They're
story.
beautiful.
Anyways,
Exactly what I want to hear. Losing money.
Our loyal listener, Ole de Tacos, is a big fan of the Opal cameras, apparently. And these are not Opal. These are Logitech. Anyways.
Yes.
So he said he's bringing one to Toronto on the 18th. But I'm not going to be here, Mr. Ole de Tacos. So as generous as that is, I've told him, no gifts. We don't do gifts. Do we do gifts, Godfather? No.
We don't do gifts. We appreciate people wanting to help the podcast, help the quality of the podcast without question.
Very nice gesture.
Not necessary.
Not necessary. But yeah, I'm not going to be in Toronto on the 18th. I'm going to be down. We'll talk about that later because we got to give you guys announcements to know when the next time we're going to be doing this. We got to figure it all out because the Godfather and I haven't even spoke about it yet.
Yeah,
so
great.
We got to figure that out. Yeah, so I saved him 2 meltdowns. I sent him the camera directly to his house, and this afternoon he realized, oh my God, Pisk, I can't plug in the camera. There's no USB ports on my brand new Dell computer. Which is not surprising because I have a brand new Dell computer, which I stand by it fully. If anyone is looking for a new laptop, I got the Dell.
You knew I would have these problems, yet you did nothing.
You kept saying USB.
Well,
USB,
the camera has a USB connection.
Yeah, but your computer doesn't.
No, that's what I said.
No, you kept telling me USB. Pisk, I need a USB adapter. So basically, he told me he had 1 slot and he needed more slots.
Yeah, I got 1 slot on the adapter that Dell included. I need a fucking USB-C. And you know that.
Yeah. You didn't tell me. You said USB.
You sent me a picture. Oh, I think you need one like I have.
Like, getting a lot of crosstalk here. Remember I told you crosstalk?
You really want me to lose my mind. See, that's what I'm saying. You do shit on purpose. So.
Anyways.
I appreciate it. It works.
Instead of sending the Godfather on podcast day with a tight timeline, because I have one of my friends in town, shout out to Leela. I got to go meet her at Union Station at 5:15.
Oh, the singer?
Gotta hurry. The singer, yeah. She had a show last night, but I was doing my Toastmasters stuff.
Nothing but things on the go,
you got to keep busy. Busy. Otherwise, I get like you and just complain when there's too many bets coming in or not enough bets coming in.
I did not complain. I did not say a word. You take that back. I said nothing this morning when we were getting our ass handed to it. Nothing.
Thank you for admitting
I only get in shit once. That's it.
We haven't been that busy in a long time. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was apologizing to people. Sending messages out. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. It's not usually like this. Anyways, what I did for the Godfather, we need that adapter thing. So I Uber Eats'd him. You can do that from Walmart. So instead of him having to go out into the public and deal with people, which he does not like to do.
I don't like to do that.
I sent it to his house, and now here we are. We're on a 10-minute rant here about stupid equipment stories. Like, what are we doing here?
You made the mistake of asking me, so how's it going? You started it. You said, I told you how it's going. Not so much. It's crazy, the technology stuff with me.
That's how I get every episode started. How you doing, G?
Last thing I'm going to say, you really, The Rock is still on my desk from the previous episode, It almost went back into use when I apparently complained that I spent over $2,000 on this Dell, and it doesn't even have one USB internal port, not one.
Because
And
USB
you
is
said
shit.
to me, the more money you have, the more money you spend, the less you get. What? What are you
Dude,
saying?
USB is like saying like buying a new car and complaining that there's no tape player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but the camera connects with a USB. The
Yeah.
fancy ass microphone connects with a USB. So
You
what
need
do
the
I need?
adapter.
I
You need
need
an
a
adapter.
okay. No, I
You don't
got
need.
an adapter now. Thank you,
Okay.
Mahood. Mahood from Walmart. You came, you knocked on my door. Very nice gentleman. Had it ready. He said, "This is from Mr. Alex for you," and that was it. I asked him if he wanted to come in for an espresso. He said, "No, many deliveries, many deliveries," and he went. Let's go.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so our YouTube following has started to grow. I can confirm, but now it's definitely going down. Okay, 10 minutes into this, we're still arguing about USB versus USB-C.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
first thing I just want to make quick mention of that's probably a little bit more interesting, but not much than the USB chat, is my second meeting at Toastmasters. I went last night. And Godfather, you broke my balls a little bit after the first meeting, saying you went up there and you choked, and there's no video evidence of this. Like you were kind of upset by that.
Well, I am. You know.
So yeah, they basically have this round table exercise where, again, same thing. You go up in front of the entire group, which was double the size this time.
Oh.
Yeah. The heat was on in this place, and they ask you a random question, and then you have to spit out a 2-minute response. I couldn't do it. I didn't go up this time.
Again, you choke.
I didn't go up. I didn't go up. My
Oh
buddy,
my
one of my buddies that I
God.
met there, he went right, like, I think there were 4 or 5 people deep. I was gonna go next, and they're like, "Oh, we're out of time. We got to wrap it up. We got to move on with the meeting." And I'm like, Jesus Christ. But I don't know.
Can I come to this thing?
I kind of
I'm
regret.
gonna come to the next one.
I would love if you came to the next.
I'm gonna come, and you're fucking going up.
I would hit it out of the park if you were sitting there, because it would be just like doing this.
We're gonna work. We're gonna work this out because we're not getting to 3 strikes and you're out.
I'm doing it though. I'm signing up. It was a fantastic experience again last night. Except, listen to this, Godfather. There was another meeting. I don't think it was Toastmasters, but another meeting in the adjoining. We do it in a party room at a condo downtown Toronto.
Okay.
So this is the second time I've been to this condo, and I guess I walked through their meeting accidentally. Like, I don't know where I'm going. I just saw party room. I went in. I'm like, oh, I don't recognize these people. Walked through, and then ours was on the other side of the party room. Well, apparently there was someone from the condo board in that meeting, and they complained to security at the front desk.
About you specifically?
I don't know if it was me specifically or that there was just too much commotion going on with this big loud group. We're a Toastmasters group. We're not a tequila tasting group. There's not people throwing up in the corner. But security came out and shut down the meeting.
Shut down the Toastmaster meeting?
Yes. That happened last night.
Oh, thank God I wasn't there.
Can you imagine? So the organizers, poor
No.
people, like, they're going back and forth, and I can see the serious look on their face. And, a lot of these people are cut from, like, a corporate environment, right? So they got to be very proper. They don't have someone like the Godfather there to go, "Oh, get out of here until we're finished. We talk after."
Yeah, but what did they cite? How could they shut it down? What violation was there?
Too many people.
What do you mean, too many people?
Too many people. Apparently, there's a limit on the amount of people that are allowed to be in these.
Well, due to fire regulations, there is. You guys didn't check that out?
Oh, give me a break. Dude, it's a Toastmasters group.
But the regulations still matter.
It's a party room.
It doesn't matter if it's a
people.
sausage fest. If it's 25 people in that room, it's 25 people. You can't go in there with 50.
How does Sausage Fest pop into your mind?
It just shit comes in my head
weird.
and I talk. It's weird. Okay, fine. I didn't come up with a good example. But 25 people or 50 people, you have 75.
No fucking.
You opened yourself up. You opened yourself up to being
There's
thrown
no
out.
fire regulation. They were pissed off that we took too many chairs or something.
No.
You know how condo boards are.
Yes, I do, and I know how to deal with them.
Were you ever on a condo board?
I didn't need to be on a condo board. Any grievance I put forth came documented on people I know's letterhead, just to kind of give me a little juice.
You used to live in a condo at Young and Shepherd.
Yes,
that
is right. So you come correct or don't come at all. Remember that.
Let me ask you this. I know you have a big family and everything, but would you prefer condo living over single detached home living that you're doing now?
I've done both.
Yeah. So
Okay. I've done both, and there are a few amenities that are great at a condo, but I wouldn't go back.
You wouldn't go back, really?
I wouldn't go back.
Even when you're shoveling in the middle of the winter, all pissed off.
Shoveling is a problem without question. But if I wanted to spend $500, I'd get somebody to come and shovel my shit for me. When you're paying those maintenance fees every month, it's like a second mortgage, and then you have a shitty Toastmaster thing, and they try to shut you down. You got to deal with that. That's what you're paying for. Come on, smarten up.
I got it. So, anyways, I told the Toastmaster, the president, that I have a friend up in Vaughan that can rent us out his basement if we needed to relocate the meeting on a weekly basis.
I could clean it up. I mean, there's things I can do. I have access to people and places, so you let me know. But let me tell you, they would have had to show me paperwork which section 5.6.5 that we're in violation of. Show it to me. Not that you send a couple of mall cops to talk on your behalf on the board. Why don't you have the Stones to come and speak to us directly? See, everything's a confrontation with me. I better not come.
Yeah. You know what? You should actually come. I think that would be very funny. I think that would be hilarious. I think the people there would piss themselves laughing, because I know if you and I would turn into a little bit of a competition, right?
Well,
but it's funny because you can play that corporate game a little better than I can.
Well, yeah, you're useless at that.
Yeah,
well, let's just put it out there.
And I've told everyone that too. I said, listen, guys, you guys are coming up here and being very proper. You're using the right words. I mean, I am not that at all, and especially for the content creation stuff that I do, I got to be myself. I got to be 100% genuine. I'm not looking to talk to a group of bankers.
Sure.
That's not happening.
That's true. You don't need to.
I'm looking to talk to a group of anti-bankers.
yeah,
right?
For sure.
There we go. But
that's very unfortunate that Toastmasters got busted up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really bizarre, and I told them the little trick that I used to use when I lived in a condo was you just become really good friends with the concierge.
Absolutely.
That's what I used to. I used to bring them coffees. I used to bring them gifts at Christmas. I used to
rent the party room. You rent the party room.
Yes.
You immediately hook them up with a plate.
Harvey, do you remember we used to do that for Harvey?
Okay.
At Simcoe? Yeah.
Okay. Immediately you hook them up a plate. Concierge eats first. Everybody else second.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And dude,
we've had Mirabelli parties in party rooms at a condo. Ain't nobody coming down with shit.
Exactly.
Everybody's taken care of. Nobody's got a voice decibel situation going on. Too loud. We're Italians. What do you mean too loud? You get what you get. This is crazy what you told me now.
It's very simple though. Just be a nice person, and you would be shocked what comes to you. And you know what?
It's never worked for me.
Stop.
Never worked for me.
Even in this industry, the sports betting industry, folks, you will not believe the amount of people, the amount of sharp bettors out there that randomly, out of the blue, send your boy Pisky Positivo successful bets, sharp bets. They don't all win 100% accuracy, obviously.
No, of course not.
But they win more often than they lose. And I do not ask for that. I get random Telegram messages. Hey, Pisk, put something on this. And, you know, I've told you guys before, I'm a robot in this industry. I do not care. I am not looking into it saying, oh, where is this coming from? Or what's the line? No, you tell me to do something, I'm doing it. I handicap the people. I don't handicap the place. What do you think about that?
Wow. Hashtag.
I think I stole that from a recent Spanky podcast or something like that. He said something to the tune, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I do. I trust the information, I trust the people, and clearly they trust me and they're a fan because they just send it to me randomly. So
you're a man of the people.
Shout out to all those guys that do that to me. Where are we going next? Okay, so last thing about Toastmasters, quick. So we go for a beer after the meetings, which is the best part. And worth the price of admission for sure. But it's actually way easier because then you can, do the social thing, and it's much easier to let loose in there instead of standing up in front of everyone. But what do you think was the hot topic of conversation again?
Well, I'm going to say probably something to do with sports betting because you're around.
Ding, 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 ding. Sports betting. 100%. They were peppering me with sports betting questions, which is fine.
At least you're knowledgeable.
I mean, yeah, I know a thing or two, but it just goes to show how unique this thing of ours is. And a lot of people are absolutely blown away by it. And you don't, because most of my conversations are with people in the industry. So once you step out of that circle, people are like, holy shit, this is crazy stuff. So that was pretty cool. But I told the group last night I am going to sign up to be a member. I'm not going to be around for the next couple of weeks. I told them not to panic. That doesn't mean I'm leaving. It just means I'm going to get a little sun, and I will be back fresh and better than ever.
Very good.
There we go. Okay, now that that's out of the way, a nice 22-minute intro for everyone.
It's a short roadmap. Oh, it's okay.
Well, I'm glad that we're getting through here because I'm always worried every time I send you the roadmap. I always think there's not enough, but I think we're beyond that. I think we're beyond that because we can turn. People say you can't turn chicken shit into chicken soup or chicken salad or something.
You can't make chicken salad from chicken shit. Oh, no.
Okay, but we do because this roadmap is chicken shit. Anyways, again, the hot topic in sports betting right now, folks. Point shaving.
Ooh.
Something. I really think something is going on in the sports betting industry right now. Just from what I've seen come across the screen on places like Twitter, and what I've seen on places like Spank Odds, and what I've seen from anonymous sources, from anonymous websites that have sent me screenshots of some of how their bets are brutally unbalanced right now. So in the headlines, you guys can Google it. We got some videos here for you, or one video, I guess. But it's the Temple basketball team, college basketball. Yesterday they played UAB, random, meaningless game at the end of the season. Crazy. UAB opened as a -2.5 point favorite, and then this guy Rex Byers. This is the first tweet I saw about it. Because this guy was completely baffled, and I assume he's a sharp. He's in the circle and stuff. I don't know him personally, but he tweeted this out: "Did someone for Temple die? UAB is steamed up 6 or 7 levels in about 70 minutes. I'm totally lost." So what he means by that, 6 or 7 levels, every half point is usually a level, I believe. So this thing ended up. Oh, hold on, zoom. This thing ended up closing at -8. So open at 2.5, closing at -8. No significant injuries, no significant absentees from the lineup in Temple. And people are freaking out online. Apparently the governing board, I don't know what they're called. Do you know what they're called, Godfather?
No. The conference?
The watchdog.
Yes, that's right. The gambling watchdog. Yes,
gambling watchdog has been summoned. I know. I think it was Rex Byers here that tagged them in it, and there's investigation going on. So I don't know for certain, but I'll share a little bit with all of you that I know. Again, anonymous source, anonymous website, but I caught a glimpse yesterday of a credit shop. Everyone knows what a credit shop is? Godfather, you know what a credit shop is?
Yeah, I know what a credit shop is.
So one of these PPHs and stuff like that, and I got a glimpse of their splits on a particular game, and one of the games was this Temple one, and it was brutally lopsided. And that, to me, knowing what I know about the industry, that says something, because if you're going to do something like this, if this is indeed shenanigans,
funny business
stuff kind of happening, yes, you're going to hit the places that are, you're going to hit your regular bookies, you know what I mean, your street bookies first, because it's quieter, right? You start lighting up MGM, FanDuel, Bet365, these guys are all entangled with the leagues, and it's much easier to see a wild discrepancy for no reason there than it is at
on the street level. Yes.
Yeah, bet123.com. So I don't know. Godfather, you came across this TikTok that you shared with me. Thank you for doing that. And this kind of plays into it. I'm going to play it for you guys. You ready? You ready?
Yes. I was born ready.
Alive.
I am alive. When I'm alive, I talk. You told me not to talk.
Here it comes.
I was approached at Jason Aldean's bar in Nashville by the Italian mob.
What?
To fix football games.
I'll be honest, this sounds like a story
like
that
the mafia?
I do not need to be a part of.
I want to get drinks, and so I'm alone right now. I'm not with my friend group. He comes up to me.
Wait, he knew who you were?
Yes.
This is already a bad start.
He offered me $300,000.
He offered you $300,000?
All right.
He said for something like this, my clients, 250 to 300K for a game.
The Italian mob offered you $300K to do
Can
what?
we stop saying that?
He said we regularly talk to guys in your position about fixing games. He said he named guys in the SEC who I don't want to say their names because they're in the NFL right now, and that's a bad look.
deal?
It's a bad deal. But University of Alabama, I will tell you that.
Holy crap.
He said almost every game in the SEC is rigged.
Too much for me.
What do we think about that? Well, first of all, Godfather, you know, we'll ask the source here. Mafia doesn't exist, right? Italian mob, that's fake news, is it not?
It's a stereotype.
There you go. Okay.
So the fact that this guy's going on there and talking like this, no.
You say fake news?
I say fake news.
I don't know what to make of that, but just the timing is weird.
But just everything. I'm unnamed quarterbacks at Alabama. What, like we're all brain dead? We don't know who he's talking about at that point? And keeping it hush hush. I didn't say who it was. What do you mean you didn't say who it was?
Who was it? Jalen Hurts?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Ebola.
You know it better than I do.
Yeah. Mac Jones, all those guys
Mac
came
Jones.
through came through the
Alabama works,
the system. And now there's another quarterback. Like,
oh, Tua played there too, didn't he?
yes.
Oh.
So,
I
mean,
it
is
makes me
there point
uncomfortable.
shaving?
It makes me uncomfortable.
Makes me very uncomfortable. But I don't think that this kid can come out and say, I was approached by the Italian mob for $300,000 a game. You
would never say that.
You would never say that. You would never
that's
say
crazy.
that.
If
you would
that
be
actually,
risking family reprisal, because if you think your house can't blow up, spontaneous combustion, you just don't know what you're talking about. So that's why I call fake news.
I don't think it would be something I would talk about on TikTok. If that
No
happened to me.
chance. For what? For some false sense of clout? Are you crazy?
That is, did you catch the guy's name? He was actually a quarterback, right, for USC, and then transferred over to, was it Purdue, I think?
No, I don't think it was
just
Purdue.
You don't think it was Purdue?
No, it was,
Hold
one
on.
second here.
Mo Hassan. Yeah, look him up.
Mo Hassan. That's just, it makes me very, very uncomfortable. 100%. You know, but Just
Yeah, no. Again, if someone
he was a
actually
quarterback at
can-
Vanderbilt. He was
Vanderbilt. Sorry,
So
same colors.
so Vandy SEC is the most powerful
Now,
division
yeah.
outside of the Big Ten, right? So I don't know, Pisk. I don't know how to respond to that.
What happens if this is happening?
It's not good for any of us. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah, it's a little dicey.
No, I mean,
but
okay, let me put it to you this way. Even just your earlier example of Temple versus UAB. How do you feel if you got money on Temple? And
I think that's what a lot of people.
you know,
on
because
Twitter were
UAB
very-
destroyed them. Am I not?
Yeah, they won by 23, I think.
23. You know, you have a 6 or 7 point change
Move. Yeah.
and then the team wins by 23.
Unexplicably.
It's,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
It's,
you know, as we know with the Donaghy situation, that
That's
made
what
it up to
yeah.
that made it up to the NBA level.
That's what I mean. Like, so this stuff is not uncommon.
Okay.
Like, nobody likes to talk about it, especially the leagues. Jesus Christ,
And
they can't touch
nobody
this.
should talk about it.
But
That's why. Do you remember? You follow Francese,
who?
Michael Francese from New Jersey.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, he was the guy they had their hooks into Donaghy, and he's out of the mob, and he got in a lot of shit with a lot of people not appreciating that you don't do this. That's why, you know, they make it very clear if they approached Mr. Jimmy Hassan over there, $300K a game. You're not going to go do no always betting podcast to say, hey, you know, what can you do? You know, I was approached. It's a lot of money. You know. What? You're not saying shit.
Yeah, well, this guy's backing it up because I just went on his Twitter feed before we hit live here, and he was like quoting tweets about the gambling watchdogs looking into all this.
Maybe the
just said-
FBI is
said
the FBI has already encircled him, and as long as you know,
Or
Who
maybe,
knows?
yeah. But he said, I told y'all. So
so it exists.
know, man.
Unfortunately, it exists.
I don't know.
Hopefully, none
I
of my
would think-
recreational bets fall onto the wrong side of these things, because
Listen,
I have enough problems trying to get a winner. I don't need this shit on top of it. Unless, of course, you've got UAP, and then it's like, hey,
you get the right information. But I expect this in like Argentina 3,
oh,
Netherlands
Brazil
2,
5.
Brazil 5. We're talking about the different divisions that we've had to bet over the last year, folks. I expect, I don't expect it, but, you know, it would make sense to me if something like that game that you were watching on the high school field, if something nefarious was going on there,
100%.
I would be like, okay, right?
Gotta be. Yeah.
D1 NCAA basketball and football.
And SEC football.
Yeah, that's hot. That's
hot.
really hot.
That is hot.
I'm uncomfortable right now. I really
Yes.
am.
I
So,
agree.
anyways, folks, check it out online. Follow the story,
Yeah.
I guess. We'll be following it closely on our end. But I mean,
just
it's
Google
just crazy.
Temple point shaving, and so many hits are gonna come up.
A
If
lot of
you're on
people are-
Reddit, oh my God,
Twitter's going nuts about it.
yeah,
Because like you said, there are two sides to every bet, so I feel like there are a lot of people that got burned on this,
yeah,
and they're infuriated.
of course. So and we like to shit on the providers, right? The sports books. How are they
Yep.
feeling that they took on money,
Oh yeah, bookmakers.
and
are
this
pissed.
shit is going on in the background?
Oh, super pissed.
Let's get Jeffrey Benson on here and say, how does Circa feel about this story?
Super pissed. I was talking to one of our buddies, shout out to Chris in Pittsburgh this afternoon. He said he's an ARB guy, he's a middling guy like yours truly, and he was telling me that he was trying to live trade the Temple game when it was happening,
Last
and
night.
all the books had cut the limits on it. because it was so weird.
There you go.
You know, you gotta, I guess somehow.
See,
have
in a
some sort of
situation
line
like
of defense.
that, intervention, frontline intervention like that, for me is okay.
Oh, of course, you gotta
Right?
protect the house, of course, of
Right?
course.
Not making me, W590, $5.90. You're just protecting your own interests. You're not protecting nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's unbelievable, Piss, that
Well,
it's
yeah.
making the rounds, and
it is.
we'll have
again,
to
keep our eye on
college-
it. I'm
yeah.
curious, but I'm not gonna speak for you, Godfather. I'm infatuated I'm fascinated by this kind of stuff going on. Like it's not good for the sport, obviously.
No,
it's not good for sports betting. It's not.
It's not.
But
no.
I mean, just
Crime in
everything
general is not good for
Yeah.
anybody.
But just everything,
always a
like,
big-
if this is actually happening, holy shit, this is going to be really big because, like, usually, I remember it happened a few years ago, or, Christ, it's probably more than a few years ago. Arizona State, there was a big scandal with point shaving. Yeah, it usually comes out years and years later, but maybe now, in the age of information, of how quick everything moves, we could have fucking, pardon my language, we could have something that comes out next week.
Who knows?
Right?
But you have to, I think the real mind-boggling part for me is he was offered $300K for one game. What kind of money's getting down on that one game for them to give him $300K? Okay?
Huge.
10 times
Huge.
minimum.
Yeah, of course.
Minimum.
Of course. And it's possible.
And the one game?
It's
one
possible.
One game is never one game, Piz.
No,
Never one game.
I don't think so. If you sign that deed, right?
It's never one game.
Yeah.
They'll never leave you alone.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. I'm itchy. I'm itchy.
Yes, I can see. Your forehead's getting red. Take it easy.
I mean, dude, could you imagine the anxiety if you're part of that? If it happened and you're part of it, imagine the anxiety this person's dealing with today. Not great. Not great. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. We'll leave that alone. I think
definitely to be revisited.
Yeah,
we haven't heard the end of this story. Let's just say that.
We like this kind of stuff, underground and stuff. We like talking about it a lot. We've done some episodes, talking about mafia figures and that crazy Super Bowl party mafia run in the Godfather's backyard that he didn't know about it a decade ago.
Listen, I was invited. I didn't go. End the story.
Speaking of protecting the house, that's our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
Our best friends over at Proline doing a little Back to the Future thing. What's going on here, Godfather? Tell me you got some intel for me.
Listen, I know what happened, but I'm not telling you.
What do you mean?
I'm not telling
you gotta
you.
tell.
No,
What do you mean you're not gonna tell me?
You. I'm not telling you. I saw your post. I saw your post. It's all the time. It's all the time. You and Plus TV and all these other people that have this obsession. Why do people react like that? Why do people react like their constitutional rights have been revoked because the OLG is going back to the future or whatever it is you said? I don't understand the obsession. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm simple.
So I think... Okay, so let me just explain what happened because I'm sure a lot of people are unaware.
Explain what happened. Don't let me ruin the party. Go.
Proline on April 1st, so in just less than a month from right now, are going back to the $100 max rule per store. That existed back when Proline couldn't move their odds, when the Godfather and I were working there. It was a line of defense, essentially, right? We have stale odds, but retailers were supposed to enforce the fact that you can only bet $100 at a time.
Supposed to. So there you go.
Once Proline transitioned to their new system, they took those limits off. So basically, you could go to the store with whatever money you want and bet and bet and bet.
Was it unlimited, Pisk?
No.
Or did they still have a limit at the retail?
Well,
I don't bet.
Yeah, the only
At retail. I don't bet at retail.
The only experience I have is that Super Bowl bet that I went over 8.5 songs on at the halftime. I brought a significant chunk of change to one of my favorite
Retailers,
stores.
yes.
Yeah,
You have
Etobicoke.
friends due to your
And,
previous.
And yeah, they shut it down after $1,000. So by shutting it down, I mean they took it offline. So I waited around the store a little bit, hoping that it would come back so I could put more on it, but it never came back, and they never reoffered it. And some of the other guys that I chat with here and there that are sharp, they know a bad line when they see one.
Yeah.
They would say similar things where they could get down 300, 400, 500, sometimes 1,000. Proline would take it down, and sometimes they would reoffer with new odds. Anyways, they're canning that now. They've put it on the retailers, which is messed up because that's going to be impossible to manage.
Yeah,
they're telling the retailers to check the selection slip to make sure this person they can bet infinite amount of money. It just can't be on the exact same event.
Yeah.
Right? Which good luck enforcing that. But they also went on to say that they're going to make an adjustment in their terminals, their lottery terminals, that is going to block.
That's correct.
Right? And imagine if they had that years ago. Well, that would have totally killed our operation. But yeah. So what do you think? Like this is the
again.
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. This is a defense mechanism. This is not protecting the player. This is not gamble responsibly. This isn't anti-money laundering legislation. This is,
but you see, not that I want to disagree with you on air, but it's not that they can't handle it. They can handle it fine. There are certain aspects of betting patterns that are happening that they don't want any part of. So they have gone backwards in that regard. I'm not even going to try to dispute that, but it's not that they're so stupid and they don't know what they're doing and they can't handle the operation, because as you so succinctly pointed out, the onus has been shoved onto the retailer again. And Mo at the gas station, he ain't checking shit.
No.
Okay?
No.
So the real difference will come when the internal technical aspects of the machine come into play. How successful and how sturdy is that program to detect these plays are from the same person? I don't know how. If I find out, I still won't tell you. But that's going to be the real defense mechanism, is when they update the terminal to determine this. A retailer is not going to go through 10 selection slips to make sure that selection slip number 1, selection slip number 5, selection slip number 10 are the same wagers for $100 each, because Pisk and Plus TV got to get 300 on this. It's not going to happen. No. So all I'm saying is, why the uproar?
Well, because
why the uproar?
Because they already have a line of protection. All their available markets are 10% worse in store, so you can get 10% better odds online now. All the math guys out there, I could be wrong on that 10%. I think it's 10 cents.
No, but it's a fair point. It's a fair point. The strength of the OLG for the half century I've been alive, and 90% that I've worked there, the strength of the OLG has never been the best price, the best number, the best nothing.
No.
The strength of the OLG is have ticket in hand, get paid.
And that's the thing.
100% of the time. Get paid so much that sometimes you can have a clearly losing ticket, but because you barked up the right tree, you're still going to get paid. Like, hello?
sweat the game, not the payout.
What? There you go. Well, there you go. You're full of these big time hashtags today.
No, I stole that one from the
Impressive.
Greek.
So again, I get it. I am sure that there is a certain amount of players that maybe got used to this no limit game, but again, until the terminal stops you, really, this to me is a non-news story to me, because like I said, the guy at the gas station, the guy at the kiosk, the guy that's got 25 people in line to want to buy 649 tickets, he's going to go through your tickets one by one to make sure there's no duplicate. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. And you know what? Obviously, I always like to pick on the Lottery Corporation.
Yes,
and
I know
give
that.
Give them a hard time. I do. No, because there was arrogance there. You can admit that. The higher ups at the Lottery Corp throughout our tenure there, thought they were a little better and a little smarter than all of us.
Name
peasants.
me one monopoly in the world that doesn't have some of that.
Okay, yeah, no, and that's why I don't like.
When you're the only game in town, you can be that way. But when you're not, you got to do things properly.
It was more than that,
right?
G,
but you know yourself. There's regulatory bodies, there's watchdogs, and they do. And these corporate people that you can't stand, those people, the people watching those who are supposed to be watching, they're the worst.
Yeah. No, they suck. But
okay?
To be fair, it's not like this is taking bread off of any of our tables. I don't know of any sharps right now that are going after the lottery.
Nobody's crying. No, yeah.
But
maybe.
Once in a blue moon, I would get a message from someone like the Full Dog that says, "Hey, Pisk, if you're around, go smash this for me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this wasn't happening frequently. This is once in a blue moon, right? So to me, it doesn't. I just like picking on them, and I can appreciate
that perhaps you should have been consulted before this occurred.
Are you kidding me?
This is actually I basically said, before you change any rules, give me a heads up so I can change my phone number. Okay, and that's it. So, again, I'm not taking the OLG side per se. No, I'm not. I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand, with so many things wrong in the world, how this is a story. That's all I'm saying. Yes, they and I saw some other posts. Well, yeah, they did this just to get their customer base back up, and now they're going back. Like, at the end of the day, listen to me, people. At the end of the day, you don't like it, don't play. You have so many places to play. Why must it be catered to the way you want?
Now you sound like DraftKings or something like that, or
I don't know.
Jason, whatever the hell his name is, DraftKings guy or whatever. That's who you sound like.
No,
we gotta
that hurts because that guy's a real that guy's a real asshole.
You're sticking up for these rinky-dink sports betting operations, and I don't like it. Okay. They deserve to get the heat that they get, and
they've got somebody like you. They've got somebody like you. They can't do nothing without you commenting. So. Let me assure you, you've been heard.
They had someone like me. They had people like us on their side for many years.
Yes.
And they chose to not acknowledge that, and they chose to disregard it. And so, now
you're a free agent. Hey, no problem. I don't have any problem with you bringing it up. I have no problem with you bringing it up at all. All I'm just saying is, let's move on.
Let's move on. Okay, slightly moving on. I've been getting a lot of DMs lately that their customer service is shit. So, folks, you're looking at the two best customer service agents in OLG history.
No, that wasn't me.
This is something, again, that I told them on the way out, because they actually asked me on the way out, Pisky, like, we're about to move into a more traditional style sports book. Do you have any recommendations for us? And I told them the one and only recommendation: easy in, easy out.
Yeah.
Easy in, easy out. Quick.
Yeah.
And people will come and use your product. And then they're like, actually, we were thinking about like a $50 bonus when you come in the door with like a. And I'm like, did you just not hear a word that I said? So these are the kind of things that like piss me off about the Lottery Corporation.
Yes.
But yes, when the Godfather and I were forced into customer, what did they call us? We had a fancy name for it. Customer service, customer excellence support, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Customer
It was a dark 4 months for me, bro. Come on.
We were on the chat. So all you people out there that keep DMing me and tell me I can't even get them on chat, again, I was one of the chat guys. And the little tactic I would use, and the Godfather would get so pissed about this, I would put myself on the customer side. I'd be like, you know what, guys, you're right. I can't believe how slow this is. Reviewing these documents should be instantaneous, especially with the technology that we have today. You know what? I'm going to take time to look into your situation because I can see that you're waiting for a significant payout. So I'm going to take time out of my day to solely work on your case here. Leave it with me, and I will look into it for you because, yeah, what they're doing is not right. You are completely in the right. And the Godfather's sending me like, what are you doing?
Well, because you would get somehow, they would, after dealing with you, they would send in I can't believe what a great customer service agent I just had. Then you would screenshot these things and then you would send them to me. Meanwhile, I've got people telling me I'm so stupid, no wonder I work in a call center. And I'm like, what?
Remember that. That was a little harsh. Whoever did that to you, that was uncalled for. But yes, folks, this is something that's been going on a long time with the Lottery.
And then that picture of you, oh, Jesu Christ, I can't even see it. I won't sleep when I see that photo.
I don't have it here. If it wasn't so hard, I'd pull it up quick, but it's very difficult to do that on StreamYard, unfortunately. But yeah, this was something that's been going on for a long time. So just to wrap this up completely, they're not going to stiff you. Okay, because a lot of people are like, are they going to stiff me? Like, I've won some money here, blah, blah, blah.
No.
I guarantee
Who's saying that? No chance.
They will not stiff you. But
No
it's going to take time. They're probably backlogged, and they're probably blaming it on the pandemic and an election.
Still,
exactly.
It's possible.
Blame everything. It is.
I'm not taking their side for this. That is actually possible.
It is. So,
but no, they will not. They will not stiff you because one thing that this guy here, I'm trying not to swear. There's one thing that this guy here has always been correct about. That is, the OLG they're afraid of their own shadow. Bad press is they will never stiff you. You need to be so far on the wrong side of the letter of the rule.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you have a legitimate bet, yes, it could be backlogged, but you're going to get paid. There's no chance. I put my reputation on the line that they will pay you.
Yes. Yeah. So delete that from your mind completely.
Delete it.
May take forever, but they'll pay you. So, okay, we're done with them.
Okay, thank you.
Nice
Baby Jesu Cristo, thank you. Every podcast, they got to talk about the OLG. Mother.
Any sports books giving you a hard time lately, Godfather? We haven't, we started this journey with
every week because
sports book of the week. We haven't done a sports book in the week lately because we haven't really signed up to any new places. Everything's been working okay. I can report that Betway continues to take bets from me, and it's funny with them because I was down to my last dollar. And do you remember that massive underdog tennis dude, the British kid? Robinson, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was my last bet with $56 or something like that plus 300.
That was 3-4 weeks ago, and you've still been playing.
But I would have busted out had he lost, and then he won, and I made all my balance back, initial deposit of 2,500 and more. And
that's
now I'm
music to my ears.
Now I'm sitting around even. So people say Betway is quick to kick you out. maybe you gotta lose first, and then because I'm still getting decent. And now saying this, if someone from Betway watches this, we're screwed. But
yeah,
anyways,
well then, see, and this is all your fault because I told you we shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to talk like
who you have one sports book that you told me before we hit play that is
Bet
giving you a
US.
little bit of a hard time.
Bet US. Now that they're not
Another
regulated.
former employer.
Yes. Like what the fuck? We have people over there. I want to sit down. 100 US max. What am I supposed to do with that?
What market was that?
MLS. Before you tell me I was playing some Chiquita Banana League. No, the MLS is considered a major league in today's world.
It is. It looks good for accounts, but I think, have you not been putting in some weird shit over there?
No, it's been $100 for some of the smaller stuff. Yes.
Okay.
First of all, their lines. We have to talk to our people. Like it's hard enough for me to get anything. When I get something, how I get 100 US? You know, and then I got to do math. Because then I gotta find some, 100 US, 135 Canadian. Then I gotta somehow figure out how to get 165 somewhere else. Because I'm trying to play 300. Like, why do I gotta do this? This is not the way we're supposed to be. Sports wagers not supposed to be like this.
You gotta stop hitting the
Sorry,
the desk. You keep going blurry on us.
I'm sorry.
The emotion, I love it with the new camera. You're
you
down
ask
there
me
too.
questions that
You're
you
down
know.
there too, by the way.
Yes, I am down. And so the books that I'm down at, I have a specific eye on those books because I don't want to be down nowhere.
Yeah,
when this shitty journey of ours is over, I want to be up everywhere.
Yeah, no shit. That is the goal. Okay, we are trying to win here, and that's another thing that came up these days. Not to switch gear. Well, I guess we can switch a little bit. But that's
Switch
another
gears.
thing
Who cares?
That's another thing that came up this week.
We don't have a boss. We talk whatever we want.
I put out a TikTok this week, basically opening the door and inviting whales that have lost a lot of money to Bet Bash because I think that would be an incredible. Networking opportunity for everyone.
I agree with that.
Amazing. Because, dude, honestly, this will be your first Bet Bash. But when you sit down there, whether it be for the speed networking event or just meeting people at a bar to have a drink, the first question out of the gate is always, can you get me accounts? Do you have any outs? Can I bet into your outs? That's what it is. And it's like, no, we're all here asking for the same things. We can't do it. So my idea was, get some of these whales, potentially some high-profile ones. That'd be phenomenal. Yeah. Get them into the mix. Come spend a week in Vegas with us. Learn. Talk to civilized human beings like the Godfather and I. I can introduce you to some very smart people that can help you get the money back that you've lost to DraftKings, FanDuel, Bet365.
That is the point of Bet Bash with 100%.
Right? But the thing is, Bet Bash is filled with a bunch of smarty pants. Right? So what we need there is someone, but that's the thing. I think it's difficult for people to say, hey, I'm a six-figure loser in sports betting.
Oh,
who's going to do that?
Are you kidding?
You know what I mean?
Are you kidding? When the space is inundated with I'm a six-figure winner, meanwhile your unit's $20, but you want to play this game on TikTok and Twitter. Are you kidding me? Shut, please. Don't get me going again because the camera's going to go all fucked up.
Another thing I want to highlight, Godfather, we had a rough weekend last weekend, right? We were very strong coming into the weekend. It looked like it was going to be another phenomenal week. And then we lost everything. And you were very upset by that. I think you got tilt. You were pissed, weren't you?
Listen.
Okay. You know what? Next time this happens, because it happens, I wasn't happy about it, but I know that it happens. Next time it happens, I'm putting some out on Twitter saying, the Godfather's tilt right now. Can someone please help me cheer him up? This guy's sending me, again, the ape emojis, the mad face emojis, the sad emojis, the fuck this emojis.
I am going to, when I rewatch this episode, I'm taking notes. I'm going to tell you, man. You used to, when you were my friend, You used to love my gorilla and volcano emojis. Now you're a hot shot with your own podcast and this and that. And now you're telling me that the emojis bother you. Okay, Piscopus. No problem. No problem.
You were pissed though.
Yes, of course I was pissed. How can we have a nice solid week and then in 24 hours, you know, 3 MLS and 2 minus 600 boxers lose, and it's and NBA second half, and I owe money? How am I supposed to take that? Like, see, this is what I don't understand. Then someone like you know, my other significant other people, you know, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with me? You didn't have happen to you what happened to me.
What happened in that? Was it Portland MLS, the
know.
95th minute or something like that? You watched that, didn't you? Were you
Yes,
watching live?
Yes. It was 4 minutes of injury time, 4 minutes at a time. The ref kept on letting them play, and then they scored in the 6th minute of added extra time. 2 minutes on top of the 4. I'm supposed to like that? I'm supposed to like that.
So
Jeremy
imagine-
Sochan last night gets a rebound with 0.2 seconds. I'm pretty sure that if they took the time, because I was doing this, replay, no rebound. They gave him the rebound 8. I went under. It's been suggested to me I played too many overs.
No,
I had the under. And then I lose. Based on that. So yeah, I get tilted. Sorry, but not sorry.
Folks, I bring up this like point shaving, potentially the nefarious things going on in college basketball. He's like, yeah, you won't believe what happened to me last night. I had an NBA prop, and I'm like, how is that relatable? How does that make sense? You lost a
listen,
player prop,
you know
and
what?
I'm talking about match fixing,
Okay,
and
listen.
you lose one prop, and you're losing
You gotta
your mind. You're like,
you
it's the
have
same
to
thing.
understand. You have
Come
to
on.
understand this. You're right. You're right. That is not the same thing. It does not belong in your discussion of important issues. But you have to understand. Okay, I'm traumatized as a child. I grew up. My dad. That's the way he. That's what I dealt with for 56 years while he was with us. Okay, this is what I dealt with. One time I had 6 hours of dental surgery. I came home and I could only have some soup.
Okay.
He looks at my mother, looks at me, disgusted, and says, I'm going to swear because he swore to be authentic. What the fuck's the matter with him? And my mom says, hey, he had 6 hours of dental surgery, Tony. And he says, what? I got this. And then he starts to show me this molar in the back of his tooth. It's killing me. That's real pain, not you. So that's where I get it from.
So I'm lost. What does this have to do with your guy getting a rebound with no time left on the clock?
My father's story was always more painful than your story. is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, so I grew up like that.
So let me ask you this Portland thing, right? When they scored in the 96th minute of a game of 90 minutes plus 4, so 2 minutes of time that just didn't exist.
Well,
right?
you know,
What
it was
happens
questionable.
What happens if you found out that the ref was on the take?
Not happy, man.
Would you lose your mind?
I would lose my mind. I want my pound of flesh. Somebody has to pay for that.
There you go. So that's
There
why a
you
lot of
go.
people are
So-
freaking out on Twitter.
Yes. So there you have it. And there's been examples of this. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
When Italy lost to South Korea, Hector Moreno, okay, the Bolivian or Colombian ref, okay, called a penalty shot that was what? Do you know 1 month later he was jailed? He was moving coke for the Medellin cartel. How do you expect? Nobody protested in the street for my Italians. Nobody. It was like, too bad. That's them. You were probably one of those people. Let's go.
I love South Korea in that game. Yeah,
Oh my god.
anytime.
Like, why you gotta be like that? You know that.
All right.
You know that genuinely hurts my feelings, and you all the time do these things. Anyway. Okay, 1 hour,
That's
4
it.
minutes.
Yeah,
Basta.
that's it. We're done here. Okay, just to wrap it all up, folks, we got to talk about, before we let you go, we got to talk about what's going to happen next for
Oh yeah.
the Always Betting podcast, because I leave on Wednesday. We're 5 days away from Mikey the Runner. Shout out to Mikey. He's having a bachelor party down in Costa Rica.
Where was my
Huntington Beach.
invitation? Where was my invitation? Okay, I wouldn't
you
come
wanna
in.
come? Okay.
No, I'm not coming.
So here's the thing. Usually we record these things on Friday, so this will be put out tomorrow, Saturday. I'm leaving on Wednesday, and I am not going to be in any condition, shape, or form to do a podcast next Friday.
Or bet,
it is
or
out
anything.
of the question. So what I'm thinking, what we're gonna, that's another thing, betting. So Godfather, you got to tell me, do you want to continue doing the betting? Do you want to take a little hiatus? You gotta figure that out and let me know.
We gotta, I think after the past 48 hours, I think a hiatus might not be a bad idea, but we'll talk offline, as they used to say at the OLG.
Okay, so I leave on Wednesday, so next Friday is out of the question. I'm thinking an episode because I'm spending a few extra days. My buddies are leaving Costa Rica on the Monday. I'm spending a few extra days there just to visit some of our extended familia.
You have familia there, absolutely.
Yeah,
you better say hello to all of them for me.
I will.
Don't...
And keep stay posted on the socials, folks. I will be posting pictures and videos of everything. Well, I mean,
are you staying at the Costa Linda?
No, we actually rented. Do you remember the Diamante condo right on the beach?
Right beside Claritas?
No. More centralized. The one that looks like Pablo Escobar lives in the penthouse.
When you used to send me those, When you used to send me those real estate listings.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we're not staying in the penthouse. That was, I guess, I don't know. But we are staying in that building, which is really nice. So, anyways,
nice.
I'm not going to be a social media superstar for those 4 days. I've promised Mikey to be more engaged, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to let loose. We're going to take a little bit of a break from the betting, from the cameras, everything. I will still post momentarily, or whatever. I'll post every now and then, but I will not be in any shape to do a podcast next week. So next Saturday is not going to happen. I'm thinking probably once those guys get out of the picture, then I'm moving to the Costa Linda and spending a nice couple quiet days there. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe like a Monday or Tuesday.
I'll make myself available because I'm a company man. We've established that.
Monday or Tuesday. So I think the way it's all going to play out, folks, is there is going to be like a 1 week break, but somewhere in the middle. So you won't see us next Friday the 15th, release on the 16th. We will do it probably on the 19th. I'll release it on the 19th or 20th.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to our Friday on March 29th. Now, I don't know. Does anyone care about that? They just want to see it. But there you go. You got the plan.
I think that's fair. It. You know, life happens too, right?
Absolutely. And again, the goal is, and we're not stopping. We're getting to 100, and then we're
getting to 100. I don't care if I've got to figure out how to do this shit myself, because I can yell for an hour easy. That's like I don't even sweat.
Dude, for that. You had a meltdown with this USB plug-in thing, so I don't know if you could handle this on your own, but...
See, always against me.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you in the middle of 2 weeks from next week. You heard what I just said. Anyway,
yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Ciao.